Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this Delhi series, which originally in the first episode we started off as Sir Hind, originating from this area of Sir Hind in the Punjab region, and expanded into the lands of the Sayyid dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate, and now we've usurped the Delhian throne, in which we are now known as Delhi instead of Sir Hind, in which the Delhi Dynasty, which is ran by the Delhi Sultanate is ran by the Lodi Dynasty, led by the Sultan by the name of Balu, who is 38, so he's still got plenty of more years ahead of him. And his heir, well, he was born last year. So he already has a strong claim because, the further he grows up, the more legitimate he is. And if our heir dies or gets disinherited, which is at my choosing, but that would take a huge prestige hit, which you wouldn't want to do that. Even though skill-wise he's not as good as I mean, I would wish I would get a new one, but don't want that prestige hit, negative prestige, for disinheriting a son, because, that's not, how we're going to operate. That'd be a bad thing. But, however, though still has that discipline and conqueror, and I hope before the end of this character's life, this ruler's life, we will take most of Jaunpur. But the problem is I need friends that can help bring them down. Like if we want to, take this call for example, which is, going to be the future, I don't know, capital or something, because that place is of importance. But as you know, that if we, like when we fight them, we'll be against a lot of their infantry and some of their cavalry. But Malwa will be coming with us, which you could say, yes, even if I didn't call him, well, actually I can call him, so, which means, yes, we can take them on, as, they are bordered with Jaunpur, and its two vassals, Mewat, which was formerly an Indian Sultanate before it became Hindu after a Hindu revolt there, but they're still vassals nonetheless. I wanted Bengal and Afghanistan to join, but Bengal is in debt and war exhausted. Afghanistan is kind of war exhausted, but we're trying to, curry more favors with them, which we are working on it. So I need to, not only just curry favors with them, which we already got enough from Malwa, but just have at least 10 favors with Bengal, and then I will get this diplomat out, and then send it to Afghanistan to improve further relations, even though I think that's about as much as we did back a ways there. And I don't think I had a royal march of Afghanistan. We could. Which again, Afghanistan was a former Timurid vassal, which all but one is a vassal because Transoxiana, Sistan, and Baluchistan became independent. Now, Baluchistan could be a strong potential ally. And I do mean strong. I mean, it may not have an amount of soldiers, but it's better than other potential ones, such as Kamaun, which that one can be allied, but they have less soldiers. Baluchistan would be a bit distant to get there, which one would think they'll be the difference makers. And they're not war exhausted. They got plenty of manpower reserve. While most do not know, but some won't be friends with others. Hostile relations between us, that ain't gonna happen. That one's also too weak. Same for them. we were once enemies with Sind, but we never fought each other actually, and they got nothing. Gujarat's got nothing, as they are allied with Jaunpur, which, as a reminder, yes, Gujarat will be there, but they have nothing right now. But they do have the troops, but they have no manpower. They're still reinforcing after a long war. Don't think too much of Vijayanagar, which obviously the distance, the Navy, that's going to be problematic. But no troops there, so I think it's just kind of hard to find newer allies. But if we wanted to ally with them, which is, well, they live next door to Jaunpur, even though they won't contribute much, but if we can link up together, then that's a slight improvement. But again, the war's not going to occur till at least about a year or two, I predict. Even though I kind of want to rush it. I do have the money, will soon have all the money for me to hire free companies. Which, let me show you for example. Yeah, free company here. And Company of the Ganges. They're just two locals. Oh, actually, Kanauj is over there. So that's actually from within now. But in actuality, you could just sign up them, yeah. Although we can increase the army force limit to make it stronger, but I think it would be best to do that when we take down Jaunpur. Well, in actuality, I don't know what the objective's going to be. It's like, you just take the objective, then fight against these vassals, which I don't think you can piece them out separately. I think. At least that's the top of my head. Wait, it's been a while, right? I'm not too concerned about these separatists here. It should be after the next conflict, because knowing that overextension would increase a little. But let's get this over with. Favoritism in Delhi. A royal marriage offer from Afghanistan. Well, you beat me to it. Ah, well, even though I would rather be the one calling him first. So, again, Paulo's blatant favoritism of Afghan culture is not gone unnoticed among the Hindavi people of our Sultanate. Obstructionism is becoming ever more widespread to those that have the power to make their frustration with recent policies known through whatever means they have available. Ah, damn it. Lose more legitimacy, which it can be increased over time, anyhow. But diplomatic power is kind of needed. Just drop the legitimacy for a bit. While we will continue to drill armies for at least 2 years before we will go. There. Got your fares of Bengal. So yes, we have improved relations. But let's just improve it just a little bit. Actually, we can go all the way to the max to 200. It's not gonna... Oh dear. What are you doing? Did you start that? Yes, you did. That makes me mad a little. That means we're gonna have to help you out in this another potentially costly war. You attack Malwa. I can also against Lodi, Jalavan and Kalenja. This might be an easy war despite the numerical differences. Who are these small countries anyhow? By the way. Talavat over there. Kalinja there. Another. Alright, we're coming down. Hey, you canceled access earlier. Excuse me. Let's bring them down. The main objective is over here. Okay, you got this fort. We'll head to Kalanja instead. Isn't that one of the alley? Yeah. Allied country. Well, don't make it too costly then. They don't have the manpower. Oh, you're just taking advantage of a weak country. Okay. Let's just hope for a quick resolution of this one. After we knock that ally down. Of course, that's your war. I don't want to peace out with anybody. That means that ends my participation. Let's see. None of them threatening our land. Yep, they just hired some mercenaries. That's rather concerning. Enter the military lines of Multan, but I am enemies of Multan, so that's concerning. No enemies, just off and on. We have claims, I should say, of Multan. They're beaten. Oh, the Allied army's gonna get it. Sure. Water shortage, very good. Now they're gonna pick off what's left of Bangladesh. Don't worry, once we get this fort down, we'll be right there with you. Just take your tour, and you will have the objective. And we'll help my war, alright? Because damn attrition. We're coming. At the max. Just hope Afghanistan doesn't do anything stupid. They're out. I don't care the peace terms for them. It's mostly for money. We have taken the objective. Get him. Not coming. We'll get him off easy. Took minimum losses. Hunt them down. Army eliminated. See if we could save the friends there. And we made it. So I'd say, is there a way to read casualties for Delhi? No. Let's knock Jalabad out of the war. At least we'll be making a fortune. Remember, when we fight Jaunpur, bring mercenaries. Because I don't feel confident enough to defeat Jaunpur with us just alone. And I think you curried enough favors of Afghanistan as well. This fort has fallen, so we shall see them surrender shortly. They'll discuss peace terms and take who knows how much Malwa's gonna get out of it. They'll probably want Chittor and Malwa itself, possibly that. I mean, they'll be of great help to us, even though they are kind of getting on low manpower here. Insulted us. But they're a vassal to them, so they'll get away with what they're saying. They're fully occupied. Everlasting victory. Chittor, Malwa, Ajmer, Lagad, Amboa. Just as I predicted. What do I get out of it? I'll get 8 ducats the amount, so that's 0.01 inflation. And for our participation, we got some prestige, which is very close to the goal that the Rajput estate want. Have a prestige of at least 30. But we'll be going down over time. Due to our invaluable assistance of ours, now owe us 30 favors. We'll make good use of them. Turn to Delhi. We only lost about 2,000, did we? No longer a valid rival, because we don't border with them anymore. Or close to anything that is significant. Researchers have published several works with radical theses. Okay, just drill again. Get little out of it. So it works with radical theses that could prove destabilizing if Wadi should we opt for an easy path of obscurantism suppress this knowledge, or would it be better to stand in the way of progress? I'll risk it. Knowledge is power. Nobles won't like that. For how long? For 5 years. And there might be a big revolt in 5 years. Unless we increase the stability to prevent that. But I could spend it right now. Yeah. Didn't want to do it because knowing that I really want to get the first national idea, but it's going to take a bit longer. Plus, if we get more prestige, especially in our future conflict with Jaunpur, we'll gain 50. It's not going to make up for it, but over time it will. So that'll hold them off. While we drill its army and try to get a little more manpower reserve. So if we were to fight them now, Afghanistan won't be there. Because the war is distant, they're still exhausted, and they lack manpower. Now, where would it read that, I don't think it'll say it, of how war exhausted they are. At least you're not at war with anybody right now, but sooner or later I'm gonna drag Bengal in this war. But you're still in debt, which, if I were to share my gift to you, will definitely help us out, despite, you know, all that. Well, Jaunpur's lost an ally. Nago will not be there, but Little Milwat will, and so is Gujarat, as they're still not yet fully recovered. But Malwa will definitely be there. You know, they're slightly war exhausted. I think we can take them on with our combined strength. But wait a year. Wait 1 year. Bengal's most likely to join us. The real question is, how many favors does it have with us? Just wanted to know. But you can stop with Afghanistan now. I'm giving you a year to fight against Jaunpur altogether. Like it or not. I'm giving you a year so you can recover. Whereas their forces may be large, but they're not invincible. At least to me. Also, as a reminder, just to get a little more money, mothball these forts. So yeah, I'm definitely saving up mercenaries. I'm not spending on any buildings yet. Once we take most of the areas that's controlled by Jaunpur, then I'll be in a very good position to defend the country, have more than one army, and a very good income because of the said trade nodes. Even though our trade power is 16%, but when we take most of this, then we'll be making a lot more money in trade. Especially when I build more marketplaces all around the area. That's what I'm trying to do. Follow the missions to reclaim the lost territory. So as you see that's marked, these are the areas I have to take. And found the city of Agra, which to do that I gotta have a development of at least 25 and have a mosque and a marketplace and all that. The development right now is... oh, it's just there. Don't you worry. Whatever you need. At least they're drilling too. They're just spending it on more soldiers out of it. So they most definitely will not participate. Unless we give them land, they'll be willing. It's just your attitude towards enemy. Just looking, alright? Although I'll probably bring them in as well, just simply for the sake of it. You know, little assistance could do wonders. And we already have max relations in. You have claims? Yeah. I think we should just partition this. I get most of this. Bengal will get some of that for themselves if I have enough war score when we fully occupy everything. Just looking around. You know, feel threatened. Oh, they feel threatened, whereas we kind of view them as friendly, possibly. Oh, really? This could be a difference maker. Even though you are currently at war, maybe that's why. Threatened attitude, yeah. And you're only against Jagadesh Rumo. It's not much, but it'll do. That's my policy. Need all the help we can get. But if we don't get the help that we want, well then we'll just use mercenaries then, while we will drill our army bit by bit. Even though one day we will have to fight against Motan. So then we have to fight both of them and go for that mission, which will have great rewards for this. But again, if you control most of northern India, then you will be in a very good position to defend yourself and have a strong economy. But it'll be much better to go from one end of the sea to the other. Again, I would love to have more, but originally I was going to start the war in 1453, but no, I'm giving them time. Although they still have not taken the relevant objective yet for this war. Oh, actually, you're not looking at English, you're looking at this one. They have the objective. It's this one. No fort protecting. It's gotta be over for them now. Yeah, but this country though, this is allied with Jawan. Gujarat is starting to have manpower reserves. But I think I see that Malwa will probably deal with Gujarat first before they can get to the rest of us, so it's largely going to be up to us then for this frontier. Bengal won't come unless I were to tell him that we'll give him territorial gains. Really? Distant tour, all that. Wait, Bengal's no longer in debt. Actually, they're still in debt. It's just they're not war exhausted. They'll be most willing if I give them territories, but if I don't give them territories in return, then they feel, well, cheated. But nonetheless, we have more strength than they do, even without Afghanistan's help. But let's have another trick up the sleeve. Yes, we will ally with them. And yes, that's too many diplomatic relations, I must admit. And cancel military access. Wait 1 day. Okay, so Multan will be there because they do not owe us favors. Hostile out of fighting another war. Yeah, that's another. What's the best we could do? Sorry. And plus, they'll likely break up with us. And plus, getting favors out of them is going to take too long. Because you know how long that all takes. Neutral attitude towards Malwa. Accepting it would destabilize Multan. That's because of them, right? That you're allied with. That's another reason. So now it will not be enough. So I did this just out of nervousness. And before you even start the war, go get these mercenaries. We can pay the costs. So, 1 here. And a Grand Company over here. Wait till they are raised, because it takes 10 days and it's going to take time for morale to get up. So don't... form of second army. Ooh. Yeah, these expenses. Stop drilling. It's about as much as you'll get out of it. Just a few more months and we'll start. As long as they don't do something, they stopped drilling. That could mean they're gonna start some war soon. But not if I start it first. Place has got a castle. And obviously the capital, as the country is named after, also has a castle for level 3. Huh. But once we raise that fort maintenance, it's going to be a bit problematic. But I don't know where the armies are positioned at, but we'll stick together for the time being. And don't be afraid to take a few loans during the progression of the conflict. So it's gonna have to be Malwa and Bengal to be with us. Multan won't be there because fighting another war, none of fears, yes, all that. Afghanistan unfortunately won't be there because of mainly a distant war and their lack of manpower, which I would call them bluff on it, because you do have plenty of manpower. It's distance and the access here, that's a problem. You sure? I mean, you're not fighting right now. What little troops you have. But I think the mercenaries can help us out. A bit confident. Let's do it. Can't guarantee any promises for Bengal for territorial gains on this end. And that includes, you know, its vassals from Malwa that'll be there too. Good stop now. Anybody's willing to join, be happy to. Two down. There's the Jaunpur armies. They're down there. Oh, keep going then. Don't go too far. Stick close to the main army. We've already used up most of their manpower just to have more regiments. I don't know if I should mothball these forts knowing that they ain't gonna come up here. Also, isn't Milwat part of this? Yeah. Keep forgetting. Because they have nothing. Although we could break them down easily. No, you cannot negotiate a separate peace with them. Would it be nice? We'll meet up soon. Corruption is one of the most common and frequent factors of political and economic life. Several scandals over the past year brought the issue to the fore. So much so that many of our subjects are calling us to take action against this growing problem. Failing to do so would have dire consequences for our ability to govern the realm. Oh hell. You know, it costs more money to root out corruption. Even if it's just one. But positive stability and rooting out whatever corruption can help it go away quickly. But I'll just say, ignore them, but go down as such. But we are looting foreign cities. At least that'll stem it a bit. And their general's not even that good. One shock and one siege. But they have the numbers. As I said, they think they're invincible, but in actuality they're not. As far as structure of command is concerned. to Lucknow. Oh, now they were drawing them in. They knew what we were up to. But damn it. Once you occupy it, get to, you know, them. Move out. Just out of fear. No, they're going to retake these areas that are occupied by Bengal. There's Gujarati forces down here. Well, what are you doing linking up with us? Go save your homeland. Once we break this fort down, we're gonna meet them there, while their larger forces are separated. House of Lodi is shaken. There seems to be a misunderstanding regarding the heritage of the great-grandmother of Malwa. It seems that she was the daughter of a lowly farmer outside of Delhi. Deny it fervently. Yes, my legitimacy is in question, but damn it, we want to win. Before he even leaves this earth, he's got to win this war. I'll accept any offer of military access. Taken the main objective. Alright. So. I mean, that's something Bengali should deal with. They're moving up this way. I think they're gonna go for Kalpi. We'll use these mercenaries as reserve forces, while the one that's, you know, drilled should be the one to go after that army. Follow us. Again, they may have the numbers, but we have the best general. Last, they got away. In the meantime, take these areas. They're going to be linking up with the Gujarati forces, and that's going to be rather problematic. But all we need is to win a couple of big battles, and then it'll be easier for peace negotiations. There's always been some discrepancy between the religion actually taught and defended by the ulema and the actual faith of people in the provinces. Most of the time the differences are small enough that the ulema chooses to ignore them instead of focus on and reinforce more orthodox spiritual ideas of the people. It seems, however, that certain ideas are quite unorthodox, if rooted in old traditions, have begun to spread together with the Sunni faith among our non-Sunni subjects. The resulting mix of old heathen ideas, popular superstitions, and the actual city itself has been quite too much for the ulema to stomach. So it seems to have made a conversion a much more attractive proposition for our heathen subjects. Well, they're starting to become less loyal to us, but really, attempt to root out the syncretism. A campaign against it would have tolerance of true faith up. The ulema will be loyal and be a bit more influential, as they have no influence of this at all. And the Brahmins would also gain loyalty to us, oddly enough, just by the sounds of it, but it helps. Stop, stop. Now, how do we get there? Oh, that's how you get there. But I need those mercenaries here. I mean, Gujarat can't cross through there. Not yet, at least. But they can definitely link up with them. So follow us through here. We'll link up together and try to fight them before the Gujarati reinforcements arrive. Or we're gonna face bigger problems. We'll have enough manpower to reinforce whatever losses we may take. Yes, we have control of all the lost territory that we'll definitely take during this course of the war, if it goes very, very well. I mean, beating Jaunpur is one thing, but we need to beat the heck out of Gujarat too. Where's Khandesh? Khandesh is down here. They're with him. That's why I thought Malwa should be defending the homeland, but they're not. They're linked up with our army. Well, actually, where the heck is Malwa? Oh, there it is. It's all split together. Very well. Okay. Moving out. Although I fear that we're gonna get into some ugly business here. They've turned around now. Fort's about to fall. Hang on. Okay. All of our combined strength, defeat the Gujarati forces before that fort falls. Don't know why that space button isn't working to pause it, but still. Hang on. I just remembered something. Okay, just fixed it. Also, I just missed this part. Standardized pikes. Although this would give us, you know, Indian foot soldier. That's the next one. Or isn't that already the... Yeah, you're thinking of, that's Indian arquebus. Although that'll be after the war that we'll use these new units. So combat whips increased by 2. Infantry shock and cavalry shock increased a bit. And after the war with Jaunpur and the others, we will replace our Indian foot soldiers with the Indian arquebusier. So we're coming all together. We gotta defeat the Gujarati forces before they take that fort. So we'll have a defender's advantage, since it's at their fort. And it's grassland, so it's even ground. It's gonna cost us a lot of manpower for this, and some forces that'll be there too. Kick the Gujarati force out, and then turn around and defeat the Jaunpuri forces. There, fix that old one. We're coming in, and we will receive reinforcements shortly. The battle will begin in a few days, and fresh reinforcements will be here by the 2nd of March. Now they're starting to run off now. Siege is ending, but we ain't stopping for nobody. See that increased combat with. Yeah, they took a crossing disadvantage because this is home territory. Reinforcements have arrived. Lots of them. Army eliminated. While we took minimum casualties. I keep saying minimum because that's to my standards. Even though it means a lot to us here, back home. How you feeling? Peace in Gujarat would be the best result, but it's gonna take a lot more than that. And they hold Ahmedabad. That's their capital. If somebody were to take the capital, I ain't gonna do that. It's quite a bit off. And their ally Khandesh would be easy to take out. Right, let's move out. We'll use all of our combined strength to defeat their armies, just like we did with Gujarat. Defeat the one with the general. Quickly. Don't let them get away. We'll take the river crossing penalty if we have to. Jaunpur has fallen. Maybe the Bengali troops can help us out if they get here in time. Because our reinforcement is going to take our time, while our gung-ho general leader is going to be there. It's not monsoon season yet. Battle just started. Reinforcements not going to be here anytime soon. Yeah, we may be outnumbered, but we're just brave. And we will receive reinforcements soon, hopefully. Not just from us, but Bengal as well. We killed their general. They have no leader now. Unless they transfer to another army. I don't think that's possible. No. When you're in combat, you can't transfer. Reassign. So I think we killed their general, so, Muhammad Sharqi. Hang on. The ruler? No. And not him either. It's not Sultan Mahmud himself. It's someone else named with that same last name is the Dynasty. Yeah, it's someone else. Or one would think it's probably one of their relatives. Unless we killed their general. Even though we took a bit more casualties. Because, you know, we just wanted to catch him. We were just being, you know, too brave here. Again, this isn't going to be official, but remember the territories that I would want as the mission states. This is just for reference. Get that off. Again, this isn't over, I know for a fact. But yeah. That's the territory that we really wanted, but obviously we can't get it out of it, because that's gonna require a lot more than that. That exceeds the war score. Oh, yeah. That's terrible. But their capital's fallen, but not their whole military. And Gujarat has to be dealt with. So try to occupy their capital and then knock out this other ally. Heading down this way. Yes, now he's just for a bit. And plus they still have one more fort. What we should be doing is fighting against them there. Don't know where the rest of the Gujarati force... There they are. But they got a much better general now. But smaller. Don't let them link up. But if they do link up, then it's going to be a bit of a struggle. They switched. Get down here. We'll meet them in battle. It's gonna be at their turf, obviously. It's a jungle. Reinforcements will be here shortly. Didn't need them. We're gonna be definitely war exhausted after this one. You've been getting good rolls lately. Okay, here's an idea. Knowing how our overconfident, you know, self. Go help with the siege over in Gujarat. We'll try to chase down the enemy by any means. No, always separatists, that's a problem. Because you know how separatism is. No, they broke away from the siege. Cancel that order. That's where they are. Meet up in Varanasi. They tell us the rise of Demak. It's from Majapahit, over in Indonesia. The increasingly autonomous Muslim community in Demak have found a champion in the renegade Majapahit Prince Majapahit. Majapahit has not only declared the independence of the Demak Sultanate, but also seeks to seize the throne of Majapahit for himself. Bound by many struggles, there is little that we could do while Demak has its strength. Demak gets a claim of these areas. Heading for Gouda. And we'll meet them there too. Sufi organizations rally support. During the early modern period, popular forms of Sufi worship became extremely widespread in the Muslim world. Seeing the weakened state of our armies, the Sheikh of the Major has begun urging his followers to take up arms in support of us against our enemies. Let us welcome these warriors of faith. So we'll have a little more manpower. Thank you. I don't know where they're going, but How much do we gain? 8. Oh, you'll be fine. You'll figure it out. Because don't forget about the areas that you have claims to. It's not going to cost you anything. It's a reconquest war, not a conquest. Basic financial instruments. Increases trade range, a little bit more of trade efficiency. And naval maintenance increased if we had any ships. But please save these. Just almost to 30. If we can just win more battles and win this war. Which has already been costly because we had to jump the gun here because we don't know how long Lodi will be leading us. Move out. Chase that army down. Do not let them get away. Kandesh will be let go, but we'll chase them down by any means. Hey! I know it's too many relations, but we just need to get there. I have no idea why it's... Oh wait, that's... No, they are taking us away there, damn it. They are getting away with this. How many... Ah, all these countries. We'll get these guys then. Plus, that fort over there in Jaunpur, that's another problem why we couldn't... We wanted to chase it down all the way and defeat him. That fort has to be taken down. It's another surefire way to win this war. But we'll continue to fight and give chase. The Bengal forces can occupy the rest of the countryside if they have to. All that. Move in, lock, move in. Save the Malwa forces. They're not committed. It's just for my personal glory. It includes them too. And no thanks to you. Because of the fort there, we can't cross directly. But continue your siege as you were. No sign of the Gujarat forces. But I fear they are going to go to Gujarat. Our subjects have taken to telling tales and legends about an old ruler. Legends say that in Delhi's darkest hour, he will turn to our nation and deliver it from evil. Regardless of the truth instinct, we could use this in our propaganda. Yes, I love a good story. I'll spend a little bit of ducats and a tiny bit of administrative power. Don't be afraid to take a loan. Remember that. Check if there's anybody in Kandesh. Nobody's here. Nope, they are retreating further down. What little's left of them. Aha! There they are. Hope you'll join us. Because that's the one we're after. But be aware of the jungle. Or, wait. Wait for that movement to be locked. We'll come in and save the defenders if we can. No, they're gonna get away. We'll be there before they do. Good. Because they will cross the river. Disadvantage them. No leaders. Well, the allies will be coming in. Almost there. Rajputs are going to be very pleased. Enemy army is gone. There's only little of them left. I think we should begin the siege over in Kandesh. Bring Kandesh down and have them separate peace out of this, and we'll get whatever money out of it. So it will be best to do that. Then Gujarat will be next. Now it's just going to be the year's sieges. One of our mercantilist policies proved frustrating for some of our merchants, causing some to defect to other countries. Yeek. For 10 years. If you have efficient trades, then that increases a little bit of that income. Do that. But also, I think I should mothball these forts. I'm willing to take the risk. I know it's during wartime, but we're trying to cut costs. Trying to stem it a bit before I start taking loans. At least 2 or 3. And until we get these countries to have separate peace. Actually, no. No. Put that back up. I know what they're up to. Break away. I mean, they're gonna have to get to that first. That's just out of fear, right? Gotta be on your tail now. We got you now. Slow down. There's still some progress. If we could take down the last Jaunpur fort, then it'll be easier to negotiate the peace terms. Which we can't end that right now. Because the war hasn't gone on long enough. And we have not dealt with its other allies yet. But they're about to lose all territory where they cannot recruit any more troops from. And then take loans. Take that river crossing penalty. And now we officially exhausted our manpower reserves. Most of that was due to sieges. Reached 30 prestige now. Now head to Khandesh. Completed the state agenda, improve our prestige, giving me the benefits. The Rajputs are more loyal to us, and 50 administrative power, which is badly needed in order to get to our first national idea, which I have an idea of what that's going to be. The worldly ulema. Slow down here. Not all members of the ulema are great theologians or intellectuals. Corruption could grow in any corner of the state, and for some it could be hard to tell apart what benefits the faith and what might benefit themselves. It has come to attention that below the number of pious grants that exist around the empire, but obtained through fraud or legally passed on to heirs. Our wazir suggests that we inspect and verify all such grants in the Sultanate, especially in regions that were not originally ruled by us. This would clearly be a grave affront to the ulema, who would see it as an encroachment on their privileges and as an attack on their caste as a whole. Yeah. Well, that loyalty they used to have was 30 prior. Well, now they have to go back down. So the privileges are infringed. Yes, it's rather alienating, but it gets rid of the corruption, so it doesn't cost as much to try to root out some of it. Just mothball these forts. You'll be perfectly safe now. But keep these maintained of the forts that you occupy. We can't mothball all of them. Gujarat still has some manpower. I do not anymore. This fort will fall sooner or later. But the war scores 61, but obviously it's not going to meet up the demand. It's getting close now because of the Jaunpur war exhaustion. Where do I find that in the war exhaustion? I saw it somewhere. Their stability is up. Not their prestige, obviously. But you know. I forgot about Miwat, but they're not negotiable. They're gonna need to be dealt with. Just give them a harsh treatment. Although we would try to be more stable, but gotta suppress them. And take the loans. I was thinking just at least 2. But this should be, yeah, 2 will be. Although alternatively, the other source of money that you could take is add privileges from the Jains to get all of these for 20 years. But that's a case of a real emergency in case loans aren't enough. Walls breached already. This fort's falling. They're gonna have to come over and assist us. More manpower and more easier it'll be for the siege. We've exhausted ourselves now. Unless y'all want to go to Gujarat. Their war is practically over. We could end this now. Although they'll still keep their allies and their everything, but I would rather have Khandesh fall, get some money out of them, and not reparations, just whatever ducats that they can give us. If not, then white peace out. And I guess we'll have to leave Gujarat alone because we haven't seen much of their forces lately. It's almost like they practically gave up on their participation. But do come over anyways, just in case. Got friendly territory back. And plus, occupy another fort, that means, well, more maintenance. Maybe we should deal with these separatists, since you're going... Oh, they're going there anyways. We'll do whatever we can to help, even though we got no leaders. And yes, it's just us mercenaries and 4,000 of Bengal and some from Kalpi. I don't know if that's a good idea. It has hills, so they'll have the defense advantage. Real question is, who's the attacker? And he's a hardy warrior, so they'll put up a fight. Should we really fight, or don't commit and just go around? Or just stay here and help with the siege. Wait for reinforcements. Yeah, that's a better option. There we go. Much better. Okay, everybody's coming. Just use all of our combined strength against these separatists. Though they will put up a fight. Because the Rajputs do not know the meaning of give up. Damn. But once the war is over, we'll disband these mercenaries, and so they don't take up that manpower, as this is badly needed for this army. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get back. They're still there all of the time. The whole time. Siege is over. Take the rest. Be willing to fight. You know, it's a stupid thing to do, but still. We'll defeat him quickly. See? Didn't lose much. And that's the last time you're fighting a battle. Just the last few actions. 10th of September. 98% war score. We'll definitely get what we want. 99% war score. But I want them to peace out first before we negotiate with Jaunpur. You'll have my answer soon, alright? White one. Begin your march home. Your participation's over. Okay. Khandesh is a vassal. I did not know that. Vassal to Gujarat. Ah, I should have known. Originally there were several, but I didn't. No, they were vassals all along. I was just trying to remember the beginning of the war. Guess we kind of wasted our time here, but nonetheless, we got what we wanted. But you can't peace out with Gujarat, right? Well, we can white peace them out, then nobody will demand anything. Even if it's a little bit of money. Because, you know, we're greedy bastards. Just how much can we get away with? Okay. Again, need that money to pay off those loans. This is for the entire alliance, so Gujarat is out as we beaten them in a war, and it's gone on long enough. So there you have it. And it's also in part of besieging their vassal. Now as for you, you give me what I want. One day later. Okay. So it's these areas that are the relevant objective. Though I could take a little more, but yeah, this is war going. And these are areas that I do have legitimate claims to. I mean, let's look at these areas. If you see the Delhi core, yes, I have that. Yes. No, yes, but not here. Permanent claim on these two areas. And so is that one. Okay. But does it say anything about expansion, aggressive expansion? Yeah, a little bit. Okay, so not here. It's 43. It's 39. 42. But this will cost us nothing. But if you do this, that actually costs something. Or maybe we should just leave it as such as that. Because, you know, we still need some money too, so just hold shift to add as much as they're willing to accept. Not like that! Set it to 0. Oh. As you can see, it fades away. So, well, keep going as much as you dare. Oh yeah, I forgot about Bengal. Yeah, this would make them mad because, you know, we're the ones that are trying to expand. We're simply following the mission. Because one day we will get Bengal back in the Delhi Sultanate like it was in the good old days. I'll get 151 of this amount. And a bunch for everybody else who participated. And prestige will be divided. And I'll get 8.8 prestige. And some power projection. And it'll cost us nothing. But the aggressive expansion you're gonna have to deal with as, you know, we gotta start taking care of some problems here afterwards. So yeah, this looks good. Sorry, Bengal, but this is for me. Alright? We'll take out Jaunpur together the next time we fight against them. When it's, how much is that? 15 years. That's how long this truce is going to last. And of course, these land ownerships will be modified as we extend the country. Everlasting victory. Whew! At least it was a reconquest, and not a conquest. We can make this territory fully a state as we controlled most of it, so state income we can do. Again, this area, I'll check the development in a moment. No separatism here. We'll deal with the ore extension soon. We don't control most of Lower Dove, but we'll make it a territory anyhow. And we control most of this, so I'll make it a state as well. But we sure devastated this territory, alright? Not afraid to admit it. We sure liberated the heck out of this place. But in the next 15 years, we will get rid of you. So yeah, I'm sorry I didn't give you any territory, but hey, we're still good buddies, right? Cancel military access. I gotta start pleasing them soon, unless we'll summon the Diet and we'll just say, alright, we did what the Rajputs wanted, so what do you always want? We'll ask them very soon. Although we did miss one, and that's Kalpi, which is part of a march, not a vassal, a march under Malwa, which they'll have to be dealt with much later time. But defeating Jaunpur is going to be the priority. But restore rule over Multan, which, by the way, ally who never helped us out, we'll dissolve that alliance with them. Right now. It also means we have a truce with them, so in 5 years' time, you're next. And you're allied with Afghanistan, who also never helped us out. And maybe one day we'll come up to you, because mission says subdue the Afghans, which you have to take control all these territories. And that includes fighting what's left of the Timurids. And if I wanted it to, I could go back to being an Afghan if we make them an accepted culture, since our dynasty is Afghan. And maybe a possibility to, I don't know if people have ever done this before, and I want you people to know. Is it possible to turn Delhi into the Mughals? Because if you're to form the Mughal, you have to be either Uzbek or any Iranian culture, such as Afghan or Baluch, Khorasani, Persian. Like if they would go to India and hold certain areas, then you would form Mughals. I mean, it does not say it here, but if you turn the primary culture, where is it? Here. If you were to turn it into accepted culture, that cultural shift. So in actuality, you have to be controlling all the areas that's vast majority Afghan to make it happen. I think I can see that happening. I mean, they're weak right now. But so are they. And with them still in that same war, but it's not going against them. Hopefully they'll be weak enough 5 years. They're the ones I could take on ourselves, but... Oh, one more thing. Get rid of them. See you in 5 years if I need you. We'll end this episode by getting this army home. Oh, new unit type. Indian arquebusier. With the general lack of interest in the development of infantry tactics in Indian armies, the advent of firearms would at first not make a big impact. While common Indian armies, they would not make up a sizable part of the infantry troops for a long time, and firearms would continue to be used in an individual array rather than be adopted for specific formations. Rather than equipping their own units with the new weapons, the Indian states would initially be content to hire foreign, often Turkoman arquebusiers, as a supplement to their archers and artillery. So these units are now replaced for the infantry. Their morale will be down, but they'll go back up on the way. Oh, and mothball those forts, because war's over. It's peacetime now. And time to repay those 2 loans. And we'll be making a lot of income again. So again, we'll end this episode when our unit is home. And look at all of this income. Well, just wait for further improvement. I mean, this is just due to spores of war. I thought taxation's very good, but the development of the land. You got to look at the development. Wait for next month. And our first national idea. And based on what I read from the guides for Delhi, people often choose quantity. Because if you want to unite the subcontinent, or most of it, under Delhi Sultanate as it was back in its heyday, its best group of ideas to choose is quantity. And that's what I'm going to go for. Because need more national manpower modifier, or recovery speed, maintenance, garrison sizes, and land attrition. Very important to have for any expanding country. Back over here. Okay, we'll end this episode in January. Before we get out of here, want to check a few things on different map modes. And soon the devastation will go away, which it'll take a while. Very little unrest other than those Sirhindi nobles, which is going to take a while. But our income is excellent because of taxation. I'm very happy about that. Check the map. Economic well, development. Here it is. You have Lahore, Delhi, and now Central Dua. That is good development. Although it can be further improved upon, because until we will fully recover, we should spend the money too. By the way, do we have the strongest trade power? Yes, we do. But not Lahore, but definitely here. Already has a mosque. Well, build a marketplace. This is where, Emporium is. And Kannauj also has a bit of that, so... So I believe this is what this next episode is going to be largely about. Recovery. And, try to have enough manpower. I mean, yes, I know we don't have enough, but... Force limits significantly increased. But until we get more reinforcements and the national ideas that we'll have, and they were disloyal, but they've become loyal again, only because of the equilibrium. Well, we'll summon a diet soon. Maybe, maybe not, unless I would give them something. But it all depends. I'll figure out what to do in the next episode, since it's going to be largely about, finally, time for some improvements here in the country rather than military matters. As our Sultan here is 46, and our boy here, Mubarak, is 8 years old, but he still has much to learn. His claim is strong. And there ain't going to be no separatism under his watch. So I don't know how long he'll be around, but I'm sure we'll get a new general in future. So we hope you people enjoyed this very eventful second episode. I'll only do it what the mission says, as well as the best of interest in the Delhi Sultanate, just to try to recover its past glory. All that and more. But we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, so long for now.